Welcome, adventurers, to Castle Volkihar, the ancestral home of a powerful vampire clan. While the castle itself is impressive, there's a secret lurking beneath its walls that few know about. The Catacombs. To enter the Catacombs, Thorn and Serana must first find the hidden boat dock located in the rear of the castle. As they make their way through the twisting tunnels, they will encounter all manner of dangers, vicious traps, undead guardians, and even hounds of hell that stand between them and the secrets that lie buried within the catacombs. But the rewards are worth the risk, aren't they? So ready your weapons, adventurer, and steel yourself for the challenges ahead. The Catacombs of Castle Volkihar wait.
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
I actually don't think Serana's father expected anyone to come in the back door. He didn't leave it too well guarded. Nevertheless, we needed to be quiet and cautious from here out.
Yeah? Some days this would smell just...
Not good enough to live in their stupid keep, am I? Stupid sods don't realize I've moved into the Undercroft and started taking control of their own death hounds. I'll get my revenge. Not anymore, you won't. Moving on.
Take a left up here. This is one of those weird double-barred security measures that my father put in when he got more paranoid. If we follow that path around, we can find the other switch. We've made it to the courtyard. Oh no. What happened to this place? Everything's been torn down. The whole place looks, well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries. This used to lead into the castle's great hall. Looks like my father had it sealed up. I used to walk through here after evening meals. It was beautiful once. Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years? She would have hated to see it like this. Wait. Something's wrong with the moon dial here. Some of the crests are missing and the dial is askew. I didn't even know the crests could be removed. Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something.
All I could say was it was far too dark for me to see anything like Serana could see. I needed a torch to even see my hand in front of my face. I could tell, though, that the mirrors resembled the phases of the moon, so the missing pieces needed to be found and set according to the moon's phases, I think. Serana wasn't being very helpful. What in the hells is this?
Very clever, Mother. Very clever. I've never been in those tunnels before, but I'd bet they'd run right under the courtyard and into the tower ruins. Well, at least we're getting closer. Let's go.
A hidden passage underneath a nocturnal garden that was separate from the hidden catacombs underneath an old, crumbling castle. Does it get any stranger than this? Probably.
I've never even seen this part of the castle before. Be careful. I don't know what might be around. Who's there? That'll teach you.
My hope was Serana knew something of this place, but she didn't. And it was starting to seem to me like her parents were keeping her in the dark about most things.
We're getting close.
Unfortunately.
I'd always just assumed that the other tower was completely destroyed inside. My mother kept this a secret, even from me. She must have been up to something she thought was dangerous. If I had to guess, I'd say the moment Mother fled the castle, Father went on a rampage. Knowing him, anything at all that reminded him of her was just destroyed. Turns out my mother was sneakier than I thought. Oh, what she's hiding. Who's there? I knew I heard something.
Truth be told, I was starting to think the god sent me to the Dawn Guard for this crossbow alone. I still wasn't sure about Serana.
getting close. Who's there? We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
Your mom kept gargoyles?
Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating.
Tell me about your family, Serana. It's time.
There's not a whole lot to tell. You've already seen my father's obsession. My mother's not a whole lot better, but you'll see that soon enough.
So you weren't really close to him, as if I couldn't tell already.
My father... No, not really. I did spend a lot of time with my mother, but she saw me more like a protege than a daughter. What about you? What were your parents like?
They were good people, but they died during the Civil War, and I miss them dearly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up a bad memory. Let's just keep going. Who's there? I knew I heard something. Done and done. Who's there? I knew I heard something. Done and done.
By now you're probably thinking what I'm thinking. This is a waste of time. There is nothing here. In fact, it seems like this whole place is a forgotten ruin of the previous occupants. But there was something here. We just had to keep looking.
Where'd you come from?
saved my goddamn life. Can you believe it? She saved my goddamn life. I was gone. I should be dead. But she saved my life. I was wrong.
I don't think we've reached the top yet. I bet there's some kind of secret passage around here. Leave it to my mother. Always smarter than I gave her credit for.
And here it is in all its glory.
Look at this place. This has to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this. Look at all this. She must have spent years collecting these components. And what's this thing? I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obviously something. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone.
What exactly were we looking for?
My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there. I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here. I remember she used to keep a small journal. See if you can dig it up. Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something.
Harkin's short-sightedness is becoming a serious problem. I've warned him time and time again that his foolish prophecy would cast far too much light on our people. And yet he refuses to so much as listen to a word I say. I've become less a wife and more of an annoyance in his eyes. Devoting attention to my work is the only solace I can find while enduring his ridiculous crusade.
Any luck yet? You did? Let me see them. I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they end up in the Soul Cairn. The Soul Cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the Soul Cairn itself. That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the Soul Cairn.
What does the journal say we need?
A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Ah, damn it.
Not now. We have come so far.
We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place.
Don't you share her blood?
Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood.
Before we went headlong into this whole thing, I wanted to know what she'd planned to do when she finally was face to face with her mother.
I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then? All right, here goes. By the blood of my ancestors. Created a portal in Soul Cairn. Incredible. Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The Soul Cairn is... well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment.
So there's no way in then?
There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem.
Are you saying I need to become a vampire?
Not your first choice, I'd guess?
There has got to be another way.
Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours.
What? Wouldn't that kill me?
My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the ideal masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the Soul Cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe. I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody.